guys, Nick here again. I'm really sorry for the long wait. Anyway, today is November 8th, one day after the release of Interstellar. I've already seen it twice. Let it be clear, this is not a review in any way. I say that because I've had time to look at other reviews, and I figured out that I am not the person to review this film, objectively at least. Right, so I'm going to start this as a journey, starting exactly 11 days ago. Hey guys, Nick here. Okay, so I'm here to report to you guys that today is precisely 10 days from the release of a very specific film. A film which has almost meant something to me before the conception of it. It's Interstellar. And essentially ever since whenever the cast announcement was, along with the announcement that it was being made, happened, I swore to do what I call pulling an Inception on it, where I just completely blank out on any information that came, out of fear of it being spoiled. Because when I went to go see Inception for the first time, all I knew about it was the poster, the name, and a recommendation from my teacher. And Mr. Jones, you rock for that. I went onto IMDb around 5 o'clock today to look at the runtime, because I was wondering, it seems like something rather Kubrickian, because that's what I knew about it. It's space. So I wanted to look at the runtime. Looked at some of the cast. I was surprised that Anne Hathaway was in it, because I completely forgot. And then I look up, and well, let me show you what the image was. It should be up right now on the screen. And the number in the star, that's a 9.5. That's the highest rated film ever. And my jaw just dropped. No, it's just, I was in complete shock that there's this guy called Christopher Nolan who crafts perfection in everything that he does. I had to go and look at what the next top 200 was. The top 250 on the IMDb page, which was then, it's the Shawshank Redemption, which has a 9.3, which is it better than Shawshank? Because if it is, I don't know. It's like I'm literally shaking, and it's 10 days away. Okay, so it's now 6 days from Interstellar. It is now Saturday at 2 in the afternoon. It's quite a nice day outside, but that's not what I'm here to talk about.
There's a nice day.
There's Tyler. We're gonna talk to him in a second. But I've now, because I found out like an entire 3 facts about Interstellar, which is like 8 more than I wanted to find out. So now I've been sort of trying to rid the thoughts that it's going to be good, and I'm like, oh, did you know that Christopher Nolan's colorblind? And well, that's it. No, well, I mean, there are no problems, but I've been trying to make some. So then because then I can think that it'll be a bad movie, and then it'll be a good movie. Well, no, because it will be a good movie. Actually, it'll be a great movie. But if I think it's going to be a bad movie, then that great movie will become a perfect movie, which is what I want to happen. So there's that. Also, I'm going to tease you guys with the prospects that me, Tyler, and actually pretty much most of the people that you've seen on the channel so far are going to be making a film. I'm not going to reveal too much. I'm going to over here. Hey Tyler.
Hello. Act 3,
Yeah.
Section 2.
Yes. So there is some of the script. You're not going to read any of it, because that's the third act. And no, that's not the kind of stuff we're supposed to reveal to you. So yeah, look forward to that. Yeah, I'm gonna continue adding to this as I go on. Right, so now it's 8:43 in the evening on Sunday, which makes 6 days left. Something that the past 2-3 days have taught me, because something that I found out, which I really didn't want to, I wanted to just go on IMDb and see how many Oscar-winning actors there were. Turns out there are 6 in it. But then I found someone's name. I'm not going to spoil it. But them being a part of it, and the way that they were written there, the way that they were credited. But another thing that the past 4 days of waiting for this movie intently have taught me is sort of living in the moment, sort of thing. Because, like, 4 days ago, I was making this video. I was filming it, almost exactly, because it was about that time. Almost exactly 4 days ago, now, I was busy filming the other video. I was amazed and stuff. I was feeling that emotion, and then surely enough, time moved, and then now I'm here. You know, it's like all that stuff that happened didn't really affect anything, so anything could have happened. Now that's somewhat of a cynical way of looking at it, but a way of almost utilizing that is to think about that when you're going through something hard. I found, you know, when you're going through a difficult time, it's useful just to think it'll be over. You know, I'll just work this extra bit harder. An example of this in video form is that right now I'm here, and in 6 days I'll be here at the movies watching. Where is it? Where's the poster? No, that's Planes, Fire and Rescue. Yeah, it is over there. Look at that. Look at it. It's a sexy ass poster. But anyway, no, it's just like the past few days have been torturesome. I wrote like 2 tests today, and it was horrible. But no, I'm very excited. I'm so excited. Christopher Nolan, I love you. Make this a love letter. I'll tell you guys what I think of it when I get out. It's the best movie I've ever seen. Damn sure it's my favourite. Possibly the best. Right, so now that I'm at home, I've had some time to form coherent thoughts. It's now 1 in the morning. I've just come back from the second showing. The second showing in the same day. Okay, coherent thought about the film. I'm going to give a very quick, summative review. Go watch this film now, multiple times. No matter what kind of human you are, if you're a human, you will relate to this film in some way, shape or form. Guarantee it. It's long, but it feels like an hour and a half. It's excellent pacing. Actually, a phrase I could use to describe it extremely well is a well-paced 2001: A Space Odyssey. And now, since we've caught up, I'm going to try and be objective as possible. Now, there is nothing at all wrong with it technically. If someone says there's something wrong with like the CG or the camera work or the production value, then they're wrong. They don't know what they're talking about. I can see why it could feel stop-start,
because it almost feels like an episodic kind of thing. They go from here to here to here. I didn't really feel it, but I can see why it could be. As well as there were certain bits which almost felt like double beats. It only felt like a double beat on my second viewing though. Mostly in the first half hour, there were scenes that were there and it was successful, but then there was another scene that was almost equally as successful as bringing across the same point.
As you can tell from the colour of my t-shirt, I'm now filming this much later than what you've just seen. And I've looked at a lot more reviews, a lot. Back in 2006-ish, Christopher Nolan was this guy. He made good films. He was only really known by the movie enthusiasts. But then The Dark Knight came out, and then suddenly everyone knew Christopher Nolan, everyone loved Christopher Nolan, and all the hipsters just said, "Oh, now I don't like Christopher Nolan." Well, one of the reviews said that it was one of the worst movies of the year because it didn't make sense. Which, you know, if you look at the screen, you might manage to make some sense of it. You know, if you tried that, they'd say like, "Oh, it's not as good as The Dark Knight." Yeah, but that still would make it the best film ever made. That's not saying anything. It's like saying, it's better than AIDS. Yeah, but so's chlamydia. And you know what? Screw objectivity. From now on, the rest of the video is going to be both spoilers and my opinion. I love this film to pieces. I think that the every relationship is perfect. I felt some of the larger name actors playing the extremely tiny roles, like for example, like Topher Grace. He's a good actor who plays literally like no one. Does he even have a name? I thought the CG was absolutely insane. Miller's Planet, with the water, is that collective 10 minutes is the most intense scene ever put to film. Matt Damon's character spoiled for me by looking at the IMDb cast list. Also, that's the best jump scare I've ever seen in my entire life, where Matt Damon says, "This is a moment," and then the ship blows up, the Endurance. I love the style of that ship as well. I literally love every single design. Tars! Tars is up there with C-3PO and Rocket Raccoon, in my opinion, as like the best comic relief characters ever. But no, I thought this film is perfection. I'm going to go see it again tomorrow, 3 times in one weekend. No, I do feel I actually have this urge, this need to see it again, and just see it again and again and again and again. It's one of those moments that is going to be looked back on, whether through rose-tinted goggles or not. It's going to be looked back on as a moment in film history. I promise you that. Whether or not it will walk home with golden trophies around February next year, I'm pretty skeptical. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it did, but I also wouldn't be surprised if it didn't. Whether or not it does, I feel it deserves it. I feel it deserves Best Picture at this point, and I have seen a lot of films. So anyway, thank you for watching my journey to Interstellar. It was a ride. It was a ride just like the film. I don't think I'm gonna have an experience like this again soon. So I really implore you to go see the film as soon as you can, and I hope to see you guys again. Thank you for watching.